Hey everybody, New Leaf here. So today we're back to making more smoothies. We're gonna make two smoothies today. We're gonna make the Red Menace and the Dragon Delight smoothie. Of course, as always, when you're using knives or blenders, be careful when using them. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and make some delicious smoothies. Today we're here to make another smoothie, and today we're gonna make the Red Menace. Look at this. We have strawberries, raspberries, sour cherries. We have a little bit of lemon, a little bit of kiwi, and mint leaves. That's a thing Sunny approves of. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire up the smoothie machine, but we have to do everything in the correct order. And the first thing we're gonna do is get some of the juice out of this and mix it in with these two. But the leaves are gonna be the last thing we add. So we're gonna start with that first and see what our base is. You always need some liquid to make a smoothie, ponies. So we have the juice out, a little bit of it, some of those cherries are going in, and we're going to use the spoon to get some of the kiwi out. So let's begin with our base. That's a little bit. Next goes the lemon, and never underestimate lemons because those things are sour, everybody. It's going to be a very acidic smoothie with a little bit of sugar at the end because we have raspberries and those are sweet. But we have sour cherries, we have lemon and kiwi as well. Those are going to make a very tangy / sour smoothie. Yeah, look at this. Get in on this action here. Okay, I think I got just about everything out of that little piece of lemon there. There we go. Gotta squeeze it hard. Good exercise. Next, let's go for the kiwi. So we've spooned it out, and now we gotta do is take this piece, and you know it, in it goes. So we have this as our base, and now we get to start adding the fruit. We're gonna actually keep the spoon and start getting a few of these cherries out. We want these in equal parts of strawberries, raspberries, and sour cherries. If you want a little bit more icy texture, you can freeze these. So ponies, look at this. Everything is in place except for the leaves. We put them in now. In they go. Seriously, Sunny approves of this. And now, you know what happens? The magic happens. We blend these. And then introducing them to... Wait, there's still a few drops of juice in the cup. There we go. And there's our glass. Of course you need to pour this somewhere. Anyway, let's set this up. And, okay, ponies, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of a jam, and whenever that happens, it's not liquid enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this juice, and then we should be able to finish this one. And there we have it, ponies. I think we succeeded. Let's go ahead and see what we have. Alright, you ponies get to take a look at this. Look at how red and velvety this is. This looks like success does, ponies. Let's go. And, oh, I remember how tough it was to detach this. And look at this. We have succeeded. Let me open this real quick and we can then inspect, ponies. Actually, you get to take the first peek into this. Oh, that just looks red. That is so red and ready to serve. Let's see. Alright, ponies, we're ready for the pour, and let's do the honors and see what we have created. Look at that. Look at that. You see, this is thicker than the one we made last time, but that is alright. Because for summer, you gotta go a little bit cold. That's good enough. If you don't like yours that thick when it comes to consistency, just add a little bit more juice. Look at that. Look at that. You already know this is how you win. I'm going to be excited to see if you can taste the mint out of this. Ponies, look at just how shiny and pink this is. You know that is success in all shapes, forms, or colors. Alright, ponies, look at this. This looks like... Look at this, people. This is what success looks like. That is literally like drinking a ruby. Let's see what this tastes like. Here we go. I hope I come up with a name after this. Oh gosh. That consistency, look at that. It is pretty much liquid ice cream in terms of consistency. It's like when it started to get melty. It's not as liquid as the previous one, but I was going for this. I do like it a little bit more icy. And seriously, look at how silky that is. Come on, you know that's delicious. But I'm gonna post the recipe, ponies. You can try this for yourself. It's not hard to make. Just be careful when using a blender. Seriously, look at that. You can like see the atoms in this thing. Next, we're making the Dragonfire smoothie, and look at this red fruit. Have you seen it before? It is called a dragon fruit, quite literally, but we also have a kiwi, a lime, a banana, some frozen mango, and we have this can of peaches. We're probably not going to use all of them, but that's going to help us get it juicy. We're not going to put too many frozen things in here, but the star of this is obviously going to be the dragon fruit, and we're going to try to make that thing shine, ponies. So we're going to start by getting everything else out of the way and do the dragon fruit last. So first opening this, and we're going from there. Our bananas and peaches are inside. That was the easy part, and now we get to do this. We're going to start with the kiwi because the kiwi is something people don't usually do well enough to like get everything out. And you see I got a spoon. We're literally going to spoon this out like an egg, every pony. And look at this, right? When I already did it to this one, and then the left one you can see, you want to separate the skin from the flesh with the spoon. You take the spoon and you like go around it and just scoop it out of there. Look at the right one. We almost got all the meat out of that half, and that's going right in here with the rest. I think we're going to do the other half as well, and then we're going to deal with the limes, everybody. Next up, it is lime time, and you see I've turned them into quarters because it makes it much easier to squeeze them in. We're probably only going to use half, and you'll use like 2 of these, but now it's actually easy to get the juices in. I don't know if you can see them, but a lime doesn't have that much juice, so you have to be very precise and squeeze the ever-living daylights out of it. Yeah, you can sort of see it. It's like raining in there, ponies. I'm going to do that with the other half, or the other quarter as well, and that'll already be enough, because limes are sour, ponies. Never underestimate how sour these fruits are, especially any citrus fruit. There we go. Come on, get in there, you. And now it's time for the dragon in the room. How do you open this? Well, I'm going to start by taking off this and this, every pony. Alright? We're going to do this step by step. And there we go. Top and bottom have been severed, and now we're going to dissect this. We're going to take the knife and go lengthwise. So we get 2 halves that we can scrape out, ponies. And ponies, we've dissected them. Let's take a look at this cross section. Oh, you ponies, look at that. That is what beauty looks like, and it's all going into the blender. We're going to take the spoon from earlier and at least scoop out one of the halves and see how far that gets us. And if you do it correctly, it looks like this. Look at that, almost perfect, missed a little bit, but that is still pretty good. We're going to do this with the second half. Both of these are going to get inside the blender, and then we can't forget about the frozen mango. Speaking of which, we probably should hurry before those thaw out. Seriously, look at that. Look at that. This is about to be one heckin' smoothie. So the stage is set. We have 2 ingredients or 3 ingredients remaining. Next, we're going to take a look at the frozen mangoes, but we're also still going to get a little bit of liquid from that peach container earlier to give us a base, and then we're going to finish it off with some mint, every pony. Well, ponies, the frozen mangoes are in, the bananas are in, the dragon fruit is in, the peaches are in, and the banana and kiwi all are in here. You know what happens now. We're going to go ahead and seal the deal on this one and blend it. So we're going to blend this, and you see all these little seeds. Well, we're going to get rid of them because I have the P setting. P stands for power. And yeah, let's blend this. This is going to be exciting, and go. And it appears we are done. You can see the seeds have become very tiny, absolutely shredded. You're probably not even going to feel them when you drink this. Anyway, it is time to serve this. I'm dying to taste this. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. You're eager too, I know. All right, ponies, here comes the pour, and go. Look at that. Look at that delicious smoothie. This is... You already know that. That almost looks like it's gold right out of... Oh my gosh, some of it dripped down. But we're going to decorate this, of course. We're going to take a little bit of this. Look, we have some leftovers. We're going to use this to decorate our little cup here. You can put the lime on, and of course, if you want to be super fancy. So yeah, if you show up to the beach with one of these, people will want some, just a word of warning. Alright, here goes the taste test. Alright, ponies, we're diving in. Let's take a look at this one. Look at that, the seeds have been ground to literal dust. This is about to be a good one. Here goes. Oh my gosh, here goes. I'm ready. I need this. Oh my gosh, we have perfected this one. It is so sweet. The sweetness of the dragon fruit immediately comes through, and it pairs so well with the banana and the peaches, because the peaches are just a tiny bit sour, but that also goes well with this dragon fruit as it goes. And of course, the mangoes just help to, you know, give a little both of sweetness and sourness, and all that combines together. The kiwi also gives it a little bit of a tropical note together with the lime juice. We have created absolutely something that you could show up to a beach with, and yeah, this is what beach tastes like, ponies. You want to go to the Caribbean islands? Make this. You'll be there. Trust me. This is delicious. I need another sip of this. And yep, just to reiterate, I cannot taste the seeds. I'm trying to find them, but like if you taste it in your mouth, you cannot find any of these seeds. This is 100% a good smoothie. Try making this. It's gonna be difficult to find a good dragon fruit. Make sure the skin is like sort of bright and red to make sure this is a fresh dragon fruit, because those come from far away depending on where you live. Anyway, ponies, with that, I thank all you lovely ponies so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, and remember, ponies, be careful when operating a smoothie mixer, and also be careful if you bring this, because people will want to steal this. This is, my gosh, this is so good, ponies. We have I think this is my best smoothie so far. I'm going in for another sip. See, the thing is, the dragon fruit has a very distinct flavor. It is sort of sweet. And we've brought out the best of that in this smoothie. This is my best one so far. Look at this, seriously.